What's up, morning show with Anthony Vloggers, special Dave Matthews Band Summer 2019 tour announcement vlog from the home studio here. I want to go over a couple of things that I noticed on this summer tour. Actually, really just focus on one date in particular. One date that, interestingly enough, isn't even on the summer tour list, believe it or not. Let's take a look at the official announcement from their website. Here it is, spelling out a couple of the highlights on this tour. Some two-night stands in Camden, Philly. What's up? You guys continue to be huge DMB fans. Saratoga Springs, upstate New York. Big thing right there. West Palm, Denver. Traditional three-night stand at the Gorge on Labor Day weekend. This will push them up north of 60 appearances over there. DMB warehouse tour ticket schedules and so much more information up there. But let's bring up the tour schedule here. By the way, check out the new publicity photo of the band, looking quite sharp. Really, really nice. I was thinking about this too, and this is not really the point of this video, but just kind of curious for the DMB family out there. I'm looking at Buddy, I'm looking at everybody. I don't really remember Butch Taylor being like featured in some of the tour publicity shots. Like every video, every photo I remember seeing of the band during the days where Butch was, you know, well included on the run, I didn't necessarily see him making his way into some of the photos. I don't know if that's weird or strange, or maybe I just missed it. It's not that big of a deal. Like the Lovely Ladies were on a bunch of tours. They were never really in any of the posters or anything like that. But I just found it to be kind of interesting. Not really from like a controversial standpoint, but to me more, I notice it because like Metallica, for instance, there's a big example that always kind of sticks in my head. Metallica had Jason Newsted in the band for years, but he wasn't really in the band. He was like a hired employee. And it wasn't until he left and was like, hey, Metallica treated me really crappy all these years. When they hired his replacement, Rob Trujillo, he was like treated like gold. Like they, you know, he was a member of the band officially. They were sharing all the money. In fact, they gave him like $1 million like up front so he wouldn't feel like out of sorts. That was just kind of stuck in my head. And I feel like that's a real sign of band maturity. You know, is that kind of thing. Like, love them or hate them, but Coldplay, I always thought that they were wonderful in the fact that they split everything 25%. Everybody gets an equal share of everything. Like, you want to have zero animosity in the band? Share everything, you know? Not to say that this is the case in this particular instance with the band. Maybe they were just all together and it was just like, yeah, hop in there, buddy. But I'm not sure what it is. A little speculation on my part, I guess, but I look at this and try and see the positive in everything and think maybe he's an official member. Maybe they're sharing the, you know, I don't know what it is, but I just think that's a sign of band maturity when you're like, yeah, come on into the shot, you know? All right. Anyway, so let's take a look at the dates here. Obviously, starting down in Pensacola, Florida, and you can see, you know, the Natural Run, Hartford, Connecticut, again, 2 nights in Philly there, Camden, New Jersey, Saratoga Springs, Toronto, so they're up north of the border. It's a nice run. It's a nice little run. Starts in April, right? They go all the way through, a little bit of a break in late July into early August. And then Asbury Park, New Jersey really kind of caught my eye. I'll tell you why in a second. But the real purpose for me to make this video, and if you follow the morning show vlog on a daily basis, you probably already see it coming, is this little gap right here in between. Now, it's not uncommon for the band to take a 2-3 week space, you know, a little breather on a tour. You know, you always hear things like summer leg, first leg, European leg. You know, there's legs. First leg, little break. Second leg of the tour, not uncommon. What to me is super interesting here is Woodstock. Woodstock's official dates are August 17th, 18th, and 19th. Do I have that right? Let me bring that up for everybody so we got all this information correctly. 16th, 17th, and 18th of August. So 16th, 17th, and 18th of August is the Woodstock Festival up in Watkins Glen, New York. And subsequently, as we can see from their tour schedule here, the band is on a break during that time period, which leads to speculation to me and almost, you know, I'm going to say is a slam dunk that DMB will be a part of Woodstock 50, which is tremendously exciting for me, both as a music fan and a fan of the Dave Matthews Band. Again, their break starts at the end of July, so they really still will get that 2 week, 2.5 week break in there before getting back on it 16th, 17th, and 18th, and then a couple of days maybe recovery before they head over to Colorado to play a couple of shows over there. Bring up the Woodstock thing again here for you. Again, it to me just makes a whole ton of sense. Now there's sort of back and forth dueling Woodstock festivals, one being put on by Michael Lang, the original promoter of Woodstock from '69, and the other being put on by Live Nation and Bethel Woods, who Dave Matthews Band has done a ton of playing up there in the upper New York area for many years. So they have great a great rapport with that sort of part of the world, I guess you can say. Great presence up there. So I don't know which Woodstock festival they're going to wind up in. My guess would be the big one, but who knows? Dave Matthews Band, not a part of Woodstock 94, although they were a part of Woodstock 99, which Michael Lang, the producer of that festival, said that one was really kind of the sellout festival, that they really just did it for MTV, and it didn't really embody what Woodstock was all about. But that Woodstock 50 would embody what the original Woodstock 69 was about, which is a cultural event, cultural awareness, things of that nature. I'm just excited to get some Dave Matthews Band in there for Woodstock 50. I think that's a really big thing for the legacy of the band and the legacy of the Woodstock Festival, because they really, and I've been talking about this in subsequent blogs. If you missed it, make sure you go back and check the channel. It's at wehm.com. I really feel like it's important for Woodstock to get this right, to really nail down this festival. And you got to have some really strong legacy acts in there. And as far as summer festivals go, I mean, I don't know if there's a band stronger going right now than the Dave Matthews Band that you'd want to lock into a festival. They're the type of band that could bring in a whole ton of people on their own. And they're definitely the type of band that can, people who aren't even really big fans will be won over by the stage presence and the play of this group. Even the people that are like, oh, Dave Matthews Band sucks. You put a person like that in the room feeling pretty good, festival all day, they catch the MB, they're going to get converted. I don't care who you are. I've taken many of friends to Dave Matthews Band shows over the years, and they have all, some of them hardcore haters, and they have all been like, you know what, they weren't that bad, they were pretty good. Actually, most of them wind up complimenting Carter, but that's how could you not? But that's super interesting to me. I think the first thing I looked at on this tour when it came out was, are they, and subsequently all tour announcements that have been coming out, I've been looking and keeping my eye on 16th, 17th, and 18th, and is there an opening there? And for DMB there is. The other interesting date that really sort of caught my eye was the last one. Usually Gorge is basically it, and then there's always like a little smattering afterwards. Some things here or there. For instance, this past year, Farm Aid, happened afterwards, and they actually wound up doing a bunch of late night shows and TV appearances, if I'm not mistaken, after the Gorge. I could be wrong about that, but I think they did. I know they definitely did Farm Aid afterwards because I was there. And then I looked down at the bottom and I saw Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I thought, wow, well, that's interesting. For those of you who don't know much about your old pal Ed here, not only do we come to you from the greatest area in the world, Long Island and the Hamptons, but I spent a good amount of time growing up in the Asbury Park area. Family over there, still have family over there. Last year, I was invited to cover the Sea.hear.now festival, which was in its first year, and I was super impressed by it. I didn't wind up going because we went to Farm Aid, which subsequently was the weekend before. And we did so much at Farm Aid, and Dave was at Farm Aid, and I really wanted to go and cover it. We tried to get an interview with him. It didn't work out. Yeah, and I didn't wind up going to the Sea.hear.now festival, but I heard nothing but amazing things about this festival. I mean, completely amazing things. And I looked down here and I saw 922 Asbury Park, and I know that there's no real big venue in Asbury Park that could hold the Dave Matthews Band. They're far too big for. I mean, there's one venue in Ocean Grove. It's not big enough for the Dave Matthews Band. So I just knew that was going to be something special. And when I looked, sure enough, DMB is going to be headlining the See Here Now Festival, which I think is just absolutely tremendous. You know, as you can see here in this photo, it literally is right on the beach. They put up a stage right on the beach, and they just play, and it's just it's really great. Lumineers in there. You can see here in this photo, there's the water right there. And there's Asbury Park and the old casino building back there. If you're a fan of The Sopranos, you probably remember seeing that in the show. And it's an extraordinary festival. It's a great place for music. Stone Pony is right there where, you know, Bruce got his start, and, you know, Little Steven and, you know, all the guys in that sort of area. Great place for music. Still a great place for shows. Stone Pony has an outdoor stage these days. And that's very cool. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll tip my hand a little bit. Since we were invited last time and then we couldn't go, we are hopeful that we'll be able to go back this year. We'll be invited again, I'm hoping. And I think it shouldn't be much of an issue. And hopefully we'll wind up there. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I never really like to promote things that I'm not too sure about. But the hope is that we can get a chance to go back there and get some coverage. And if the band's going to be there and we're going to be there and we have an opportunity to do an interview, we're going to take it. We're definitely going to take it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's not going to get done. You know, I'm just saying that if everything goes to plan and all the worlds collide the right way, it would be really super, super great to sit down and talk with the band, similarly to what we tried to do in Connecticut at Farm Aid. Now, Farm Aid was killer. We had some amazing, I'm going to play a sample of what we did up in Farm Aid. We've never released this video. We wound up shooting a whole weekend's worth of material while we were up in Farm Aid. That was really, really exciting. In fact, I think I'm getting a text from somebody I was talking about. Okay, no. All right. I thought that might have been like a confirmation that we're in the See Here Now Festival. Still a ways to go. But anyway, we did this really fun thing. We wound up shooting this whole thing for Farm Aid. It turned out to be bigger than a morning show vlog. We were thinking about putting it out as a movie. We still might release it actually as a movie. It's well over an hour. I've never shared any of the footage, I don't think, with anybody. But I'll play you a clip right now. Just goes to show you how close we were and how much in the action we were with the band. This is from the first like 3 seconds of the film. It's just a quick little preview. Take a look. I will see you Monday if we survive.
Welcome to Suckerville.
You're not a good looking guy.
All right, so there's a little sample. There's a little teaser of what we did while we were up in Farm Aid. You saw how close we were to Dave and Nathaniel Rateliff, and we got some amazing footage. It's a really fun video. I think we'll put it out this summer. I don't know. We might do it with our EHM Insiders Club. WEHM.com has all the details on that. Not entirely sure. But again, when we look at See Here Now, and we got some great interviews while we were at Farm Aid. We had some really nice opportunities, some that we had to pass on, some that we took. Anyway, long story short, look for a great possibility. It's a good opportunity for See Here Now, for us here at the Morning Show Vlog. So if you watch this channel, make sure that you guys are subscribed and you're sharing it with other fans of the Dave Matthews Band, because we got a real strong opportunity coming up here. It's a real good possibility that we're super excited about. And you know, keep checking in with us to see what's going on. If we get more details on See Here Now, we'll let you know. But even if you're not, even if we don't get that, See Here Now, if you're on the East Coast and you're thinking about going to Jones Beach, great place to see the band. Seen them there a bunch of times. You know, take it. You're thinking about going to Connecticut, wherever you're thinking about going. I know there's a lot of hardcore fans that travel. I'm telling you, that See Here Now Festival, intriguing as all hell. Really, really nice. Some really nice hotels in the area. Some nice hotels that maybe you got to travel 15, 20 minutes. But seeing the band on the beach like that, like there's no better location. Having grown up in that area, and spent a lot of time on those beaches. And having seen the band a whole bunch, I mean, those are two things coming together that are super, super exciting. Super exciting. Again, I think, was it Ben Harper last year? And I think Incubus. There was a great lineup for See Here Now Festival last year, and I heard nothing but phenomenal things about that festival. So here's me putting in an amazing word for the See Here Now Festival. Again, there's no sponsorship, there's no pay here. I'm not getting paid by. I'm just telling you what I know about the area. And Danny, the festival organizer, who's done some great things for Jersey and for music. It looks like it's going to be a huge win-win combination. Lumineer is also going to be there. They're phenomenal. A big fan of them as well. And we're not going to get the rest of the lineup for the festival until the springtime, but I'm sure it's going to wind up filling itself out with some pretty good artists. For what I remember offhand from last year, they did a really nice job at putting together last year's lineup. It had some good stuff to it, and we'll go from there. The last year was Jack Johnson, not Ben Harper. Oh, Ben Harper was there too. Jack Johnson and Incubus were the headliners. Social D, Ben Harper, Brandy Carlisle, Kaleo, Frank Turner, Langhorne Slim, G Love and Special Sauce. I mean, again, here's a ton of artists that EHM plays that made up the lineup. That was really, really. It was so hard to pass on last year's festival. So super hard to pass on it. But we were just so exhausted from 3 straight days in Connecticut covering Farm Aid that we just had to pass on it. It was just so much. But we're sort of clearing our schedules and talking right now about being a part of See Here Now. And again, I don't want to shoot things out too prematurely. I usually never do this, but again, looking at the announcement and the Woodstock possibility and See Here Now, I know some people are upset about some of the tour, some like not hitting some spots, or a couple of less dates maybe than they have in the past. I look at this and I'm like super excited because you have some great travel opportunities. Again, Gorge, Asbury, Woodstock. Like there's some little Easter eggs, some nuggets in there that are like, this is a cool tour. This is a cool tour. And I was looking at a meme earlier that was like, we should be thankful every year that a Dave Matthews Band tour announcement comes out and the word farewell is not in front of it. And that is so true. So little quick take for you. Bonus vlog today on the DMB tour. Super excited about that. Keep your eye out. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You're checking in on a daily basis for our Farm Aid video. Whenever we decide to release that, whenever it comes out, that'll be cool. We're going to do some more stuff from the home studio here. I did we haven't put it out yet, but we shot a look at the David Bowie app. So that's going to be a fun one that we're going to put out in a couple days. And again, spread the word. If you have a fan who's into music, who loves music, tell them about this vlog. Tell them about EHM. You can listen online. You can listen on your phone, on your mobile browser, or the TuneIn app, or whatever, and plug it into your car stereo. It's a great thing that people outside of the Long Island area do. So make sure you guys help us spread the word all around for the music fans out there that we're doing some cool stuff over here. Appreciate you guys spending the time. Hope you enjoy this bonus vlog, and we'll see you on